What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How you guys doing so far, man? It is yours truly, the one and only Brother Ricky, and I am happy as per usual to be here with you all on P Stars Radio. I want to jump into this right now because I feel like we're going to be a bit stacked, with what I want to be talking about. But again, I'm happy to be here with you guys as per usual. You know it. I love you guys, and I thank you guys for your support and so on and so forth. All right, so yeah, man, let's get into this. So I want to say this, man. Look, it is official. It has officially been a sweep in the WNBA. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Man, listen, okay. If any of you guys remembered my predictions for the results of the WNBA, then you would all clearly know that I said that it's either going to be the Las Vegas Aces or the Minnesota Lynx. Now, unfortunately, again, the Minnesota Lynx have been eliminated early on in the playoff series. And so who do we have left, right? Who do we have left? Well, then that leaves the Las Vegas Aces. And man, was I right, okay? Was I right about predicting that not the Minnesota Lynx, but the Las Vegas Aces would be one of the two teams that would make it all the way to the WNBA Finals. And so we had the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Las Vegas Aces, all right? Again, the Phoenix Mercury taking on the Las Vegas Aces. And boy, oh boy, was this series a sweep. This series was a sweep for the Las Vegas Aces. I didn't think it would be this easy. Now, respect to the Phoenix Mercuries, all right? I'm sure the Phoenix Mercuries played their heart out. Mom, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. But I'm sure the Phoenix Mercury played their heart out. But it just wasn't enough. I'm talking a full-on sweep. Man, this is crazy. A full sweep from the Las Vegas Aces to take home this year's WNBA Finals champion. I'm talking the Las Vegas Aces seen, they saw, and they conquered. No L's, straight dubs. This team went all out crazy. The Las Vegas Aces I'm talking about. Game 1, 89 points to beat the Phoenix Mercury with 89-86. And then Game 2, 91-78. Game 3, 90-88. And then Game 4, which was last night, 97-86. Straight dubs. Straight automatic dubs. And then you have your players, none other than A'ja Wilson and then Copper as well, who are literally carrying this team. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, you got your other players on the team doing their own fair share of, contribution as well, right? But oh my, did A'ja Wilson ball out. The last game, last night, 31 points. 31 points, people. Listen, man, y'all sleeping. Y'all sleeping on this crew, bro. Like, A'ja Wilson, every single night coming into the NBA, the WNBA Finals, nothing but 20-plus point games. Nothing but 20-plus point games. Only with last night being the exception that she came in with, again, 31 points. A'ja is her. She is her. Stop playing with her. Again, and let me just say this as well, right? This is not just her first, title win, right? third, I believe, well, for her and for her respectively, I think this is her fourth title. Her fourth title for the WNBA. Let me take a look at this real fast, man. Y'all gotta stop sleeping on her. Please. Please stop sleeping on her. Yeah, this might be her third or third for the Las Vegas Aces. Her third title for the Las Vegas Aces team, and then I believe this is her MVP. I believe this might be her third as well for her MVP title. Her MVP title run. But hold on a minute. Yeah, man, look. A sweep in the WNBA. When was the last time that you guys seen something like this? Like, I'm curious. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, their third. Yeah, okay. So I was right. So this is her third WNBA championship for A'ja Wilson specifically. Now, again, for A'ja Wilson, first of all, let me ask you, who do you guys think was the WNBA Finals MVP for this year's WNBA? You guys let me know. Who do you guys think won this year's MVP award for the WNBA? I'll wait. If any of you guessed anybody other than A'ja Wilson, you deserve 5 lashes. Quite literally, 5 lashes, because you ought to be out of your mind to think anybody else would get this year's MVP award other than A'ja Wilson. Because again, she has done nothing but straight up hooped. She is hooping, was hooping, and will continue to hoop for the rest of her career until she retires. This is mad. Okay, so for game one, her and Copper, again, these are the two players, one of the two prominent players. Put them together, right? You got these guys making 40 points plus, right? Maybe 40 points or 40 points plus every time they play with each other for this series. So you have A'ja Wilson for game one, 21 points, 7 for 16 field goal attempt, and 7 for 9 from the free throw percentage. So you got her with 21 points, and then again you got Kay Copper again with another 21 points as well. Her 7 for 12 from the field goal, and then 2 for 2 from free throws. Like, listen, these girls are carrying the team on their shoulders. Again, respect to each and every single individual player on the team, but these two here, man, they saw, and they conquered. My goodness. Okay, so that's game one. All right, game one they did that, and then game two. Game two. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay, so game two, you got Kay Copper again, 23 points, but they also have Jae Young, who came in with a whopping 32 points. And this is for game two here, all right? So Kay Copper with 23, and then Jae Young for 32, right? That's game two, and then game three. Hold on a minute. Come on, man. Okay, so game three, again, that was 90 and 80, I believe. Yeah, 90 and 88. A'ja Wilson, 34 points, again. 11 for 20, excuse me, from the field goal percentage. And then you have Day Bonner with 25 points, 7 for 11 from the field goal. And then for A'ja Wilson, 11 for 12 from the free throw range. So listen, again, nothing but 20-plus point games per night. Per night, people. So, yo, this was a well-deserved win, at least in my book, all right? At least in my book, this was a well-deserved win for the Las Vegas Aces. And again, your MVP for this year WNBA is, of course, A'ja, right? Of course, A'ja Wilson. But not only that, she not only won the WNBA Finals MVP award, but she also won the regular season MVP award for the WNBA as well. And I believe she's a co-defensive player of the WNBA as well. Listen, she is coming out here and she is delivering. So again, shout outs to the Las Vegas Aces. Shout outs to A'ja Wilson herself. Again, well deserved. This was one of my predictions, all right? This right here was definitely one of my predictions for the WNBA in terms of the outcome, all right? So you love to see it. I love to see it right there. Again, I'm happy for the Las Vegas Aces, the entire organization, and the players themselves. And then to the Phoenix Mercury, this had to have been heartbreaking. Had to. There's no way this could not have been heartbreaking, especially considering, how close they were in some of these games to actually getting at least one win for the series. This had to have been heartbreaking. Again, for game one, for the very first game of the finals, right? The very first game, it was 89-86. The Aces came in with 89 points to win, and the 86 came behind 3 points. They were literally 3 points down to get the first dub of the series. But unfortunately, they could not deliver. So you know this has to hurt for the Phoenix Mercury. You know this has to hurt, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. The Aces just came in and they were too tough. They were tough, man. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. There's always going to be a next year, right? There's always going to be a next year. Another chance for them to, at least come back, to redeem themselves if possible. But, what am I saying if possible? It's definitely possible. But, yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad. A 4-0 sweep. A 4-0 sweep. I can't even remember the last time. Granted, I'm not, too well versed into the WNBA. But I can't even think of the last time you had a sweep in the WNBA finals, right? So this was mad crazy. But again, shout outs to the Las Vegas Aces. Congratulations to them. And better luck next time. Should I say better luck next time for the Phoenix Mercury. But that's that for the WNBA. So the series is over. The season is officially over, all right? WNBA season is over. Now we got to wait to see what can happen or what will happen come next season, all right? So that is that for the WNBA. And so I will move on to, before I get into the NBA real fast, I want to mention the Jags game, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if you guys have seen, the matchup, right? I believe it was the 10th, or I said the 10th, the 6th of this month, right? The Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Jaguars. That was a very close game, but that was the game that I tuned into, and man, this was a crazy game, at least in my opinion. So, again, the score for this matchup between the Chiefs and the Jaguars was Chiefs had 28 points, and the Jaguars finished off with 31. Again, close game. 3 points? 3-point difference. The thing that made this game extremely crazy was because of how close it was, to the point where Trevor Lawrence down with the last 30, I believe, the last 30 seconds of the fourth quarter, Trevor Lawrence, made a touchdown, which almost seemed to be a bit, hectic, considering, the sequence of events that happened during that last 30 seconds of the fourth quarter. that helped the Jaguars defeat the Chiefs with 31 points. You guys have to see it for yourself. It's different from me explaining what happened rather than you just see exactly what happened yourself. Because when you see what happens during the last 30 seconds, you would think this is crazy. Crazy how they sneaked. Literally sneaked that touchdown to get that 31 points to ultimately defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. And I think a lot of people were should I say, relieved of that win. I don't know why it seems to be the case that a lot of people just don't like the Kansas City Chiefs right now. I don't know why, but a lot of people were relieved that the Jags got that win during their matchup. But that was a crazy game for sure. You got Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter with that one catch was crazy. I cannot lie. That one catch from Trevor Lawrence, deep throw that I think secured their first down, I believe, during the second quarter or the third quarter of that matchup. That was a fascinating catch from Travis Hunter. So you got to give him his props there. Buddy's out there playing ball. He's out there doing what he is supposed to do, right? What he's supposed to do to help contribute for to the Jacksonville Jaguars winning that respective matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs, right? So, again, you had Patrick Mahomes doing the best that he can, right? You have Travis Kelce, his partner in crime, also doing the best that he can, coming in with touchdowns. I believe for the Chiefs, you had a touchdown from Patrick Mahomes, right? You also had a touchdown from Travis Kelce. You had one from Kareem Hunt, right? And you got a lot of these guys putting in plenty of yards as well. Plenty of yards. But yet again, that still wasn't enough, right, to help the Chiefs win against the Jaguars for that respective matchup, right? Because again, Trevor Lawrence, you got guys like Trevor Lawrence putting in so many yards, to his throws as a quarterback. You have guys like who else? Parker Washington doing his thing out there as well. Who else again? Brian Thomas Jr. putting in 80 yards for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Listen, man, you got these guys putting in that work. They put in that work, and they gave Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money. But that's just me, though, all right? That's just me. I think this is a well-deserved win. A well-deserved win for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They wanted that, all right? They definitely wanted that, and they showed that they wanted that, again, with the last 30 seconds of the fourth quarter, all right? They showed that they wanted it way more than the Kansas City Chiefs. So, again, that was a crazy game. I'm going to put that as a crazy game in my book. Again, the score was 28 Chiefs and 31 Jacksonville Jaguars. So I think you guys should take a look at that for yourself. Go to the highlights. Take a look at that, and you tell me what you think. I am going live right now on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Let me know your opinions on that game if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I will definitely advise for you to definitely go see it for yourself on the highlights and let me know what you think. Again, I'm mostly paying attention to the last 30 seconds. I've watched the entirety of the highlight itself. But yeah, I do the same exactly for yourself, and you let me know what you guys think about that, because again, in my opinion, that was a crazy game and a crazy win for the Jaguars. But again, that's just me. All right. So that's that for the NFL. Something popped out real quick. What was that? Okay. So we are now officially in the preseason of the NBA. Okay. So I believe we have less than a week, right? We have less than a week, or maybe a week, before the regular season of the NBA is about to go underway. Yo, Pacino, I see you in the live. Appreciate you for tuning in, my boy. Appreciate you tenfold, all right? So we have about a week until the regular season of the NBA is going to start, but I want to get into a little bit of the preseason of the NBA so far. So Cooper Flagg, right? Cooper Flagg, the number one pick for the NBA draft, has had his NBA preseason debut, if I'm not mistaken, the 6th of October. And this guy came in and he was hooping, right? He dropped in a cool 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and he had 2 3-pointers made and a block, all right? And this was their matchup, I believe, against the OKC Thunders, which they ultimately defeated. So they ultimately defeated the Oklahoma City Thunders during his preseason debut. And if I'm just gonna say this right now, I think that's just a tip of the iceberg. Just a tip of the iceberg as to what we're going to see with Cooper Flagg when he plays alongside, everybody. Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, D'Lo, and ultimately with Kyrie, all right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Kyrie was facing if I'm not mistaken, a hamstring injury or an ACL injury. I'm not exactly sure 100%. I have to take a look into this deeply to figure out what's going to happen with Kyrie, if he will begin playing, or if he will be playing at all for the regular season of the NBA. But again, that's only the tip of the iceberg as to what you should expect from Cooper Flagg come the regular season of the NBA. And I, for one, am here to see it. I'm definitely here to see it. I want to see this guy hoop alongside Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, and D'Lo. Of course, with everybody else, right? But I'm willing to see him play alongside these guys specifically. Again, considering that last season they traded Luka Doncic to go play with the Los Angeles Lakers alongside LeBron James. Now I'm a little bit more, what should I say, confident, right? I'm a little bit more confident. I'm a little bit now more at ease with where the Dallas Mavericks are sitting at right now, considering they traded Luka Doncic last season. So again, I'm here for it. I, for one, am here for it. I can't wait to see what they do in the regular season of the NBA. Again, we are currently in the preseason, and we have only but a week, if not less than that, for the regular season to go underway. And if I'm not mistaken as well, LeBron James, with the regular season opener going against our team, the Golden State Warriors, and I should say this too. I am more than comfortable with where the Golden State Warriors are at right now. I'm more than comfortable. We now have Al Horford playing on our team. We now also have, who else? We got Seth Curry. We got the Curry brothers, right? We got the Curry brothers on the same roster. Who else do we have? I believe we have DeAnthony Melton as well coming back to play alongside the Golden State Warriors. Listen, I'm set. All right, I'm set. I'm confident. I am confident in what the Golden State Warriors are going to deliver for the organization for this upcoming regular season. All right, we're already doing good so far in the preseason. Granted, yes, it is just the preseason, but nonetheless, all right, I am hopeful and I'm confident to see where the Golden State Warriors are going to take it for this upcoming season of the NBA, all right? But that's just me. But again, back to LeBron James. So I think for the Lakers, LeBron James is going to be out, it seems, for the opening night of the regular season of the NBA, right? Because it's supposed to be the Los Angeles Lakers going up against us, the Golden State Warriors. And considering that LeBron James is going to be out due to, I believe, nerve, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read it as a nerve, somewhere in the nerve of his hamstring. I don't know. I don't know what the exact issue is for LeBron being absent for the season opener, but that just so happens to be the case. So we're gonna the Los Angeles Lakers, excuse me, the Los Angeles Lakers are going to be minus LeBron James in the opening night of the NBA. So what do you guys think of that? Right? What do you guys think of that? I mean, please feel free to let me know, but this just solidifies the idea that LeBron James is making his way out of the league, man. That's just me. Granted, what he's doing now at his age is still beyond crazy, right? But it just solidifies the thought in my head that LeBron James is inching his way into retirement from the NBA. All right, but that's just me. Okay, so that's what it's looking like for the preseason of the NBA. Let me give you some of the matchups that we have tonight. I don't think we have a lot of matchups for the preseason. NBA preseason. So for tonight's matchup, we have the Oklahoma City Thunders, who will be taking on the Indiana Pacers tonight at 7 p.m. Then we have the Atlanta Hawks, who will be going up against the Memphis Grizzlies at 8 p.m. And then finally, we have the Charlotte Hornets, who will be going up against the Dallas Mavericks tonight at 8:30 p.m. Okay? So these are your matchups for the NBA preseason of, the NBA preseason matchups for tonight, and then I'm gonna get into the matchups for the NFL. Actually, there are no matchups today. So there are no matchups today, but for tomorrow, I might as well just get into the matchups for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, for Sunday, we have the Broncos facing off against the Jets. And I believe this matchup here, the Broncos and the Jets, are going to be happening in London, right? That matchup is going to be happening in London tomorrow between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. And then tomorrow we also have the Seattle Seahawks, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars at 1 p.m. We have the Chargers facing off against the Dolphins at 1 p.m. We have the Ravens going up against the Rams, also at 1 p.m. We have the Cardinals and the Colts, also at 1 p.m. We have the Cowboys and the Panthers again at 1 p.m. And then we have the Patriots and the Saints also at 1 p.m. We have a lot of these matchups at 1 p.m. for the NFL tomorrow. But again, the Patriots and the Saints at 1 p.m. tomorrow. The Cleveland Browns going up against the Steelers at 1 p.m. The Titans going up against the Raiders at 4:05 p.m. We have the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 4:25 p.m. And we have the Bengals going up against the Packers also at 4:25 p.m. And then finally, we have the Detroit Lions going up against the Kansas City Chiefs at 8:20 p.m. All right? So, those are going to be your matchups for tomorrow for the NFL. And as per usual, I'm going to get into the verse of the day. So the verse of the day is going to be in Psalms chapter 34, verses 11. Excuse me. Again, the verse will be coming from Psalm chapter 34, verses 11. Psalm 34, verset 11. Verset l'absorti na Psalm 34, verset 11. Allow me to read for you. And it reads, "Come, my children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord." Allow me to read that for you one more time. And it reads, "Come, my children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord." All right, so fairly simple verse, right? But just to give a little dissection of this particular verse. Understand that understand this. As followers of Christ, there has to be a level of fear. Not even a level. There has to be a complete fear of the Lord. What do I mean by fear of the Lord when I say this? Well, the fear of the Lord in the aspect of respect, right? There has to be respect for the Lord, right? Because in a sense, not even in a sense, because as followers of the Lord, we understand everything that the Lord does for us. As followers of Christ, people who walk in faith, who have a relationship with God, you understand that with the fear of the Lord is the beginning of all wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and the fear of the Lord is where everything starts, where basically even life itself begins for the follower of Christ, right? People who follow Jesus, people who follow the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of, you can say, everything for that person who follows Christ. And so it is very, very, very important that as followers of Christ that you have that kind of fear, for the Lord. And I'm not talking about the sense of fear where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, and oh my gosh, yada, 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 this, and the third, right? I'm talking about the fear in the sense of the respect and the adoration of God, who he is, what he's done, and what he's capable of doing. Again, another key word is what he's capable of doing, what he's capable, and what he has done, and what he's willing to do, right? So people who follow Christ understand that God has no limitations, right? No limitations whatsoever. And so if you understand the kind of God that you're serving, right, who has absolutely no limitations, the possibilities of what he can do transcends even beyond our wildest dreams or beyond our own comprehension, we will understand why it is necessary to have the fear of the Lord. And so if you don't understand what the fear of the Lord is like, right? Or, if you don't understand, the possibilities of what God can do for you, then it all starts with your relationship with him. It all starts with your relationship with God, building a relationship with God, understanding God. And how do you understand God? Is through the Word, which is the Bible, and again, through prayer. And these are things that are very, very, very important in the lives of Christians or in the lives of people who follow Jesus Christ and who live a life according to his will. These are what you would call your main ingredients or your important ingredients to having a life that is Christ-filled, or a life that is lived according to the way that God wants you to live. It's all coming from your relationship with him and being in the Word. So this is something that is very important to each and every single person that is watching, is to build a relationship with God. If you aren't doing so, it's going to be very nourishing for your soul, very nourishing for your life in general, is building a relationship with him through prayer and through the Word. And that's something that I encourage each and every single person that is watching. Tout chaque moun k'ap gadem sou live lan, m'bezon nou tout pou kompon sa. Fò nou kapab gen yon bon relasyon avèk bon Dieu nan la prière, epi fò nou ta li la Bible tout, paske tout le de bagay sa li pi important pou nou kapab kompon ki jan pou gen respect pour bon Dieu, parce que c'est ça la Bible dit, c'est ça verset dit dans la Bible, Somme 34 verset 11, pour tout si moun yo vin joindre li, pour capable montrer nous qui jan pour nous capable gen respect pour bon Dieu. Et puis c'est ça qui est plus important. Pour nous capable gen bagay ça, faut nous capable gen yon comme que dit déjà, yon bon relation avec bon Dieu. OK? Et puis pour nous capable gagner une bonne relation avec bon Dieu, faut nous capable toujours entrer dans la prière chaque jour. Et puis pas seulement ça tout, mais faut être capable ouvrir Bible pour capable comprendre bon Dieu plus. Parce que qui sont capable comprendre bon Dieu si vous pas lire la Bible. Et pas vrai? Faut nous capable lire Bible chaque jour et puis faut capable entrer dans la prière pour capable créer une bonne relation avec bon Dieu. C'est ça qui est plus important pour tout le monde qui est chrétien. That's going to be the most important thing again for everybody who is a Christian, for you to enter into your daily prayer, right, and building your relationship, a steady, firm relationship with God, and reading your Bible daily and learning about the Lord in a daily basis. Because how else can you learn who God is, what He's done, and what He's planning to do if you're not reading the Word, right? So again, that's something that I encourage each and every single person that is watching. Again, prioritize building a relationship with God and prioritize opening the Bible and learning just a little bit more, right? Learning just a little bit more a day about who God is and what He's done and what He's capable of doing for your life, all right? So I am way over the time limit. I'm way over the time limit right now, but again, I thank you all for tuning in to the show today. Please, please, please share the video, share the live, right? Share it to your friends, loved ones, whoever enjoys listening and talking about sports. Do your boy a favor, share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it with your pet dog, your pet rat, whatever the case may be, all right? Just share, all right? I love you guys, and I will see you guys on Tuesday right here at 12:30 at 12:30 p.m., all right? I love you guys. As per usual, you already know I love you guys, and I will see you then. Adios.